welcome back to another episode of the FRW podcast. In the last episode, we dove into something a little heavier. We talked about cyberbullying, some tips for combating it, as well as some personal experiences. So for this episode, we thought we'd get a little more lighthearted and talk about two of FRW's most prevalent influencers and models. We have Ally and Celeste here with us today, so we're going to ask them a few questions about them personally, and then at the end we're going to do a little best and worst of Camp EDC, because we know all y'all want to hear all about it and how that was. So ladies, who wants to go first?
I think Ally's just yeah, Ally.
Okay, Ally, so
right.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and all of your Instagram and social media platforms.
My name is Ally. My Instagram is AllyAlv. Don't forget that underscore. That's basically my only social media platform. I'm known for going to festivals and having a poppin' booty. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, tell us sort of how you got into the rave community and sort of your journey that has, progressed since you started.
Okay. Well, I first got into electronic music in high school, and I discovered it through a friend, and I can't remember who he showed me first, but I remember the first group of DJs that I listened to were Flex Pavilion, Skrillex, Adventure Club, so I guess basically dubstep, and that's what I always stuck with. But I didn't actually, so that was 2010 I think, but I didn't actually go to a rave until 2016. And that was Beyond Wonderland when it was at the Glen Helen still. My heart misses so much. I'm glad that I was able to catch it before it left to the NOS. But anyways, yeah, that was my first rave. So I've been raving for a couple years now. And Instagram, I don't know. I don't really like talking about Instagram because I feel I never meant to have a following on Instagram. I never got on Instagram and was yo, I want to have followers, I want to make my shit pop. No, it just kind of happened, I guess. But I love it just because I feel I've made a lot of real life connections and relationships because of it. My best friend is Steph, or Steph XO Haven, as probably everyone knows, and she's so important in my life now, and that's through Instagram. So yeah.
Nice. I love Steph. It's all good. So about me, I really like cats. I really like arts. I like to paint. So I do Instagram. I just kind of post whatever I want right now. And I am also a live streamer for this app called Bigo. I did the thing. But I also want to do YouTube. I really like DIYs and that kind of stuff. I feel my confidence is definitely tripled since I started going to festivals, and I'm so thankful for that, because being from the South, I was really conservative. I don't know if you could tell, but the first photo shoot with Freedom Rave Wear, I was a little shy, but they definitely brought me out of my shell, and festivals has helped me with that a lot.
So that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Has festivals taught you guys anything that you have brought into your everyday life that you would like to share with the audience?
It's definitely changed the way I carry myself. With body confidence and stuff like that, I felt I don't know if I could wear certain things, even though I feel I could. I just mentally, I was I don't know how this will look on me. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. But once you go to festivals and you wear what you want to wear, and people are oh my gosh, hyping you up, I feel I carry myself at a better standard now. I make more eye contact. I'm more social, because since I don't have that so much in my head, I'm not holding back anything when I'm talking to people anymore.
Nice.
But yeah.
Do you have anything to add to that, Ally?
Yeah, I feel definitely something that has stuck with me that I feel I learned at festivals is plur. As stereotypical as that sounds, you don't get that vibe of just mutual respect and love and openness and friendliness anywhere but a festival. And I feel the world would just literally be so much of a better place if we brought that into our everyday life. So I feel when I do meet people, I try to keep that mindset like at the top of my head, you know, like just be really friendly and like open and don't like guard yourself. And I feel like it's made me less of like a guarded person. Like I feel like now when I do meet someone, I'm not afraid to be like, oh, like, hey, hi, like my name's Ally, like introduce myself and everything. And I feel like before festivals I definitely waited for people to come up to me first, like make the first move. Like I was like, oh, they're probably not gonna want to talk to me, like they're not gonna want to get to know me. So I feel like that's definitely something that I've brought more, that I've learned from festivals.
So as far as style goes, in festival style, do you guys have a favorite Freedom Ravewear line that you like to rock the most?
I think
it's hard. No, you go ahead. I don't know what my favorite
Mine
is.
definitely has been the Dark and Dangerous line. Like I have literally never felt more of like a badass bitch when I wore. I think it was called like the 2-piece like bondage harness set, like the top and bottom. And like, let me tell you, if you are trying to feel yourself and walk with like confidence like you've never had before, go out and wear that piece.
I would like one of each from that.
From
that line.
Yes, same, so much. I don't know. There's so many good ones. It's hard for me to have a favorite because I have like different moods. Like when I'm feeling like a bad beat, I'll go the Dark and Stormy collection. But most of the time, I really like bright colors. Like holographic is kind of my style. You have noticed
the holographic Puma sled.
Oh yeah, you already know my orange toes, but. I don't know. There's so many good ones. I am just excited to see all the new ones that come out because like every single line they put out is always different, like a different vibe, and I just love it. No other brand does that or like puts out as much like
diversity.
Outfits, and variety and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would never wear neon colors, but I would definitely give that tropical one a try. I would definitely do it.
Yeah. And
the goddess line too. Yeah. All of them holographics and pastels.
You already know.
So all of us, usually have a rave fam, not always the same one every festival. Do you guys have a role that you fall into? Are you the rave mom? Are you the hype girl? Like what is this role that you fill when you're at the festivals?
I feel like I'm not the therapist, but I'm like the one that like keeps everyone calm because when we were in a tent and it's 4 girls, we had 4 girls in the tent. And everyone's stuff's everywhere. My friend Peyton's like, I can't find this. I'm freaking out. The other one's about to have meltdown. I'm like, guys, like, it's going to be okay.
Celeste is like the equalizer.
Yeah, I just try to, like, I'm not the mom, but I'm like,
the zen.
Yeah, I try to be like the zen of the group and, like, keep everyone upbeat. So
I like it. Do you have a role that you fall into, Ally?
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, like, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like my role is the most important. It's like, I feel like I keep everyone to schedule. So, like, I go on the festival app. I'm like, all right, we're going to choose the DJs that we want to see now. I'm going to make sure we get to those stages. I'm going to plan out our bathroom breaks. I'm going to plan out our, like, we're going to, we have this much time to go refill up our hydration packs, and then we got to go. Like, I'm like, I literally don't understand when people are like, oh, yeah, I wanted to see Rez so bad, but I just didn't catch her. Like, I didn't make it. I'm like, what? So, like, how can you not make it? Like, you're looking forward to that set so much, and you don't make it. So I feel like my role is very important.
Yeah.
You got to keep everyone moving, got to keep everyone going. And
I need to go with you.
Yeah.
Me in check.
Yeah, you got to plan out your bathroom breaks. You got to stay hydrated. So you got to refill up those hydration packs. So
a pro right here.
Get you
Real
an
pro.
Ally.
That is a very important role that I think a lot of people overlook. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, well, if we make it, and then you see the recap, you're like, damn it, that was a really good set.
Yes. I've been the
You got to
recap.
plan. You got to plan.
Very nice. So what is in your guys' survival packs for festivals?
PD Light.
PD
You
Light.
already know.
You already.
Lots of water. I like to bring fruits if it's camping festival. I don't know. I mean, the food is good, but it's way overpriced in my opinion. $20 for 2 tacos. Yeet. I don't think so. But definitely portable phone chargers. Fanny packs. I love fanny packs because I don't like to have things on my shoulders as much as like backpacks. So fanny packs for sure. Ponytails and wet wipes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Never
that's
bring
really
wet wipes.
Oh, you should. Yeah. And porta potties.
I usually bring hand sanitizer, but then like I have a cut on my hand or something, and then I like put it
yeah.
on. I'm like, ah!
Instant regret.
What about you, Ally?
I feel like it varies from festival to festival, but I don't know, you just gotta stick with like the basics. Like you really can't overlook, the gum, the hydration pack, like just the big things like that. And I don't know, I feel like people want to generally like, you know, pack light, like don't want to have too much on them, but you need those things like the chapstick. Like my lips get so freaking crusty. Like the chapstick just saves the day. But
definitely a dust mask too, I think.
Yeah.
And a fan.
A fan.
I just came up on this fan at Union. I found it in the bathroom and it says "Yes, Queen" on it, and it's huge.
Fans are definitely overlooked too. Like if you're trying to get through the crowd, just fan the crowd and they'll just be like,
go ahead.
Yeah, they'll literally like stop and you just leak your way through. So.
Yes. So, very important question. Favorite festival of all time?
EDC, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
EDC?
Yeah. And
specific year?
This year.
This year's my first year, so this year.
I feel like, well, I've been since 2016, so I went 2016, 2017, and then this year. And I feel like this year definitely was, like, top notch. I feel like they had a good mix of, like, putting a lot of time into, like, production and also putting a lot of effort into, like, curating, like, the DJs. Like, I don't know, I just felt really content, and, like, everywhere that you look, like, there's some, like, cool, like, art installation or, like, lights or something. Like, I remember, I think it was day 2 or 3, like, looking at the lasers coming all the way from, like, Connecticut Field and just going all across the speedway. Like, wherever you looked, like, you could see those lasers, and it was just
freaking
lasers. Cool, yeah. Those freaking lasers, but
the owl. Did you see the owl? That was like moving with the stage and the eyes were like falling around.
They always have that every year. It's Kinetic Field that they have that, right? Or is it the main stage? It's main stage, isn't it?
No, I thought are you talking about like the little
one that was in the camp first, and then they moved it to the EDC.
Yeah.
That one really tripped me out.
Yeah.
I was mesmerized.
Yeah, the art is crazy. Like they have such like a variety of different art installations, and they're actually like cool ones. Like they're like interactive, or like they'll have like performers like attached to the art installation.
Like the lightning one.
Yeah, that one was so crazy.
Blew my mind.
Yeah, and there's a lot of photo ops too.
Okay, so this was the first year that EDC had a camping experience. I have only been to EDC 15, 16, and 17, so I've never experienced camping. And as everyone knows that's been there, getting out in the morning of the parking lot is like a disaster because it's not organized and you're there until 8 in the morning and everyone's just tired and they want to go home, and like we're just stuck in the car and it's like 108 degrees because it's June and just a mess. So how did that all pan out? Like, was there a section for camping and then you like walked across somewhere? Did they check wristbands? Like how did that all flow?
10 out of 10 would recommend camping. It was so nice to just go back to your tent and sleep whatever time you want to. You don't have to wait till your group is ready. You don't want to be the party pooper and go back early. And it's AC'd, so we're not trying to sweat our makeup, and it was just so nice being in an AC tent and not have to wait in that traffic.
Did you stay in Moonglow or Desert Rose?
It was a silver one. I can't remember. 9th Street? I don't know which one it was. It had a room for 4 though.
Okay, Moonglow.
Yeah, probably.
Very nice.
Well, I stayed in Desert Rose, so that was like the 2-person one, and it came with a blow-up mattress and AC. And I don't know about yours, Celeste, but ours came with like a full-on like power strip.
Oh yeah.
Well, they told us that they were just gonna be like a power strip for USBs, but ours came with like a full power strip. You can plug in anything, like plug in that straightener and everything.
We were too chicken to do it because like not everyone's, but I heard some people that did that, like their AC unit would break.
Yeah.
So we went to the bathroom door here because I didn't want to like be sweating at the time, but I should have.
Yeah. Well, I think ours was like a little bit in a better situation because like Desert Rose was like a smaller like camp area because it was like the VIP of camping or whatever. But yeah, I had a really good experience. My own like for checking in. That was, I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it, like it was honestly hectic. Like they could have organized it a lot better, but like knowing Insomniac, I know that they're just gonna learn from it and build on it, and I know that next year the wait time is probably gonna be like cut in half. But for me personally, like the hours and hours of waiting to check in, it was worth it because for the actual festival, you didn't have to wait in line to get in, or not wait in line, you sit in traffic to get in. Like, you were already in, you were there, and all that you had to actually wait for was the separate camp line. But for me, all 3 days it went super quick. We were in the separate camp line to get our wristbands scanned to get into the festival, 25 minutes tops.
Nice.
So 25 minutes versus sitting in traffic waiting to get in for an hour, waiting in a shuttle line for an hour and a half, so worth it. And also for camping, what I really, really liked was being able to come in and out of the camping festival, because the first day, I definitely took advantage of that. There was a point where I was so tired already, and I just needed to sit down in in a quiet area. So we just walked back to our campsite, sat in the tent for a little bit, had a snack, drank some water, and went right back in, and everything was fine, And I feel if I wasn't camping, at that point, I probably would have wasted so much time just sitting in the festival trying to regroup and missing out on everything. But instead, I was just able to take 20 minutes, sit in my tent, regroup, and come back. So I don't know. I have a lot of feelings about camping, but 99.9% of them are positive. It's just checking in, hectic. But like I said, I know that next year they're going to learn from it, and it's going to be better.
And the showers.
So there were showers.
Yeah.
That was my next question. There were was it a part of your room, or was there communal showers? Okay.
It was communal. There was one, the RV showers. I went to that one. It was really far away, but the lines were so long for the showers. That was another not so good thing, but I know they're gonna fix it. So there was an hour, maybe 2 hour wait for the showers, and then at some point people were they ran out of water. They had to go get more water for the showers. So I just went either to the RV one or the water fill-up stations. I literally shampooed my hair under one of those. I was I don't even care,
Same. I feel Camp EDC was definitely advertised as, glamping, so I think that everyone did expect a shower, but you go to, any other camping festival, and, no one's showering.
Yeah.
So for me, it personally wasn't a big deal. Same as Celeste, I roughed it. I filled up my hydration pack, and then I went back to my tent, stood outside, and literally was just pouring water from my hydration pack to, wash off and everything, and I was fine. You make it work, and I don't know, for me personally, it wasn't that big of a deal, but I know that there are people who need a full-on shower, so it is something to consider. But they were there. They weren't always functioning and going smooth, but they were there. So
how was the temperature changing the time? Because I know when they had it in June, it was always stupid hot. Waiting in line at 5 or 6 was excruciating because it was 110. Was it cooler?
It was cooler this year. I mean, I would wake up and the AC units, they worked, but at first I would wake up hot, then I'd go shower, and I felt cool the whole day. Definitely moving it a month before helped dramatically. I mean, I didn't go to the one before, last year, but I heard so much stuff about how hot it was, and I think it's a safer thing to do, moving it to May.
Less kids getting dehydrated.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that definitely made such a big difference. Just moving it a month ahead, I think the temperature difference was 20 degrees cooler or something like that. And not only was the actual temperature cooler, but I feel the sun just wasn't beating down on you as hard as it usually does. And I don't know, I like to get to the festival when there's still some sunlight. So my previous years, waiting in line while there still was sunlight and just standing there, I could feel the sweat dripping down my back. And this year I didn't feel that at all. I think night 1 or 2 I got cold. That's how drastic the temperature change was. And I'm so glad that next year it's gonna be back in May. That's such a smart decision.
Yeah.
Nice. I couldn't go this year because I graduated the same weekend, so that's the only reason.
Nice.
I was supposed to be a dancer though for EDC. I was oh, I'm sorry, I have to decline. But next year, yes. So, do you guys have any upcoming festivals that you're really stoked about?
I'm going to Base Canyon in August. It's at the Gorge in Washington, so I'm super excited for that. I don't know, I don't usually venture out at Insomniac festivals that much just because it's what I've always known, so I'm excited to experience something different, a different perspective, a whole new location, so I'm super excited.
I want to go to that. I'm going to Hard Summer, and I'm going to go to Voodoo Fest in Louisiana, just because,
that's fun.
I'm excited. Since I'm from the South, I'm going to go visit my family and then go to that with my friends from down there, and it is I love Insomniac festivals more, but it is kind of refreshing just to see the different cultures. Even just going across the United States, it's so different, and I don't know, I kind of like going somewhere where they're not used to such out there, like, outfits and candy. And I'm like, hey, here's all these things. Like
you must be from California.
Obviously, I think it screams when I walk by.
Yeah, I'm going to Lost Lands in Ohio, which I've never been to that area of the United States, so that's going to be really interesting. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get there, but you know, it's gonna work out. It'll be fine. Hopefully
that $400 plane ticket, though.
Hopefully my mom or dad are just gonna pick it up with some points.
Oh, coming clutch.
I hope so. I really hope so, because I'm not trying to spend that much money on a plane ticket.
Yeah. I feel it.
But that'll be fun. I've never been to a festival where I know every single DJ on the lineup. It's gonna be so hard to pick what stage to go to. So do you guys have any strategies for that? Like, if you're really between two DJs on opposite sides of the festival and you don't know what to do, how do you go about picking which set to go to, or splitting it, or what do you guys do in that situation?
I have a really good
I bet you do.
I do.
Schedule.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, for me personally, like, I always just, like, I try to think about between the two DJs, if there's one DJ that I know that for sure that's going to be at an upcoming festival that I'm going to, like, if like one of the DJs, they're not going to be in my area for a long time, then I'll try to catch them, you know, as a priority over the other one. Or if I like doing half sets too, like, but the thing about half sets is, like, sometimes you just, like, get so into the set that you don't want to leave, which is fine too. Like, as long as you're, like, enjoying the set, then that's fine. But yeah, I would say just, like, think about if one of the DJs are not going to be in your area for a while, or if they're, like, playing, like, some sort of, like, live set that, like, you don't want to miss, like, then that's really something to consider too. But I don't know, I remember for EDC last year, RL Grime and Millennium were on at the same time, and I was like, what do I do? And I had it planned out. I was like, okay, we're going to see RL Grime, like, we're just going to, you know, catch Millennium at another time. And I don't know, like, it was like a premonition or something that literally was like, go to Millennium, go to Millennium, go to Millennium. And so I just went, and, like, sometimes, like, there's all the planning that you do, and, like, your heart still tells you to go somewhere, and you gotta go. So, and, like, that's, like, one of my favorite sets of all time, like, Millennium last year. So good. So,
did you see Slander last year?
At EDC? I didn't. I don't know who I caught instead, but yeah, I've never seen Slander at EDC, but I've seen Slander before.
So I don't know if Slander's just, like, underplayed or something, but, like, not a lot of people were at this set. So I was at the front, and I was, like, headbanging, and my friend Kiki is 4'11", and we found a girl smaller than her.
Oh my gosh.
And they were, like, headbanging together, and I was like, oh my god, I'm with little midgets, like, we're just, like, headbanging together. And then this gay kid comes by with a fan, and he's, like, spraying us with water. He's like, yes! It was just, like, the best set I've ever experienced. What about you? Do you have any advice for this, Celeste, or a favorite set you would like to recap?
I don't know. I try to go see people I haven't seen before, but I really love San Holo, so usually, like, I'll have to miss people to go to his set, and, like, in the front, I'm just, like, singing my heart out, and it's just a good time. I like the upbeat ones, or really, like, house and future house, so I'm usually at those kind of sets. I usually try to plan stuff, but it doesn't work out all the time, you know? I just kind of go wherever.
Yeah.
Best at planning.
Also, I would say, like, if you're in a group, like, don't be afraid to split from your group to catch someone that you miss. Like, for me, I always, like, I call them my, like, non-negotiable DJs that I, like, cannot miss. Like, I'll pick, like, 2 or 3 DJs, and, like, if no one in my group wants to go see them, like, I do not care. I will go see them. Like, it's non-negotiable, like, no matter where I'm going to see them. So I feel like that's, like, a good strategy, too. Like, you know, you might not find your friends for a little while, but you'll make new friends. So, like, don't be afraid to, like, venture out.
I honestly like not going in a group. Like, I'll go in a group, but I like to separate, because I feel like when I'm in a group, they want to stay in a group, and I'm like, I want to go talk to new people, and I feel like it's more intimidating when you're, like, a whole squad walking everywhere than just, like, one-on-one, like, talking to people. And I don't know. Have more fun that way. I just kind of venture around.
Yeah.
I think it's important, too, when you break off with your group, especially if you're not camping and you're leaving, it's important to come up with a meet spot, because a lot of the times you are not going to have cell service.
Yeah.
Or your phone's going to die. So, like, I don't know, be like, oh, this specific time, we're going to meet under this very specific thing. Yeah. Don't pick, like, the mushroom, the purple mushroom, because there's 20 of them, and you're not going to know the difference. Like, come up with a few markers, and then, like, really make it to that time, because, you know, you can ask someone what time it is, and, like, if you come up with a specific meet time, wait like 15 minutes for your friend to show up because they're probably trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So that's really important.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're camping, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think.
Yeah.
You just make it back to the campsite.
Yeah. Don't just be like, oh, meet me front left for excision.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
For sure.
Oh my god, I was leaving EDC last year, and it was like probably 8 in the morning, and obviously bumper to bumper traffic. We can't get out, and only my ex-boyfriend and our friend Jordan and I are awake. Everyone's passed out in the van, and we're just sitting here like doo-doo-doo, like waiting to get out. And this guy is like walking towards the car. He's got one shoe on. I don't know how he's doing that because the ground is really hot, and he looks pretty tore up. And we're just like, "Hey man, like how you doing? What's going on up there? Why aren't we moving?" And he goes, "People are just people, man." And he kept walking. What?
Same.
Yeah, same.
Life quote.
That's a vibe.
That guy should have his own meme for the
Honestly.
rest of time. So guys, I think this has been a very inspiring, influential little talk we've had. Do you have anything you'd like to leave the audience with on these specific topics?
I would say, well, I mean, like, in relation to Camp EDC, if you have, like, the means to, and, you know, you're really debating whether you want to try out a camping festival or not, I would say do it. Like, it was such a different vibe, such a different experience. Like, I feel like at a festival, like, you kind of become, like, a family with, like, the whole, like, festival, but it's even more so on a level of, like, camping because you're running into the same people, like, all the time, and I feel like I, like, made some, like, pretty, like, cool connections with people camping, and also, like, you're literally living the festival life. Like, you wake up, you go get something to eat, you get ready, and then you go. And it's just, like, such a cool experience. So I would say go to a camping festival if you can.
Yeah,
Definitely.
camping is the best.
Yeah.
My favorite thing now.
Yeah. And I would want to try more, like, rugged camp.
Like lightning in a bottle?
Yeah.
That
like,
one's
or,
really fun.
Burning Man.
Yeah, like, I want to, like,
for sure.
live off the earth for a little bit.
Get in touch with your inner hippie
Yeah, because, I mean,
goddess.
Camp EDC, like, was definitely glamping. Like, you had the air conditioning, like, the showers, like, the running water most of the time. But,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I want to try, like, a real camping
like
festival.
lightning in a bottle is pretty rough at times.
Or
like,
Electric Forest.
Electric Forest, yeah, definitely.
Isn't it cold? Or I think it was hot this year at Electric
It
Forest.
rained yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ally with the weather.
Well, thank you ladies so much for joining us. I know you guys have to go do a shoot for Freedom Ravewear, and we can't wait to see the results of that. And thank you, audience, for listening in on this fun little conversation we got to have. I hope you learned a few things. Until next time, this is the Freedom Ravewear Podcast.